I feel like now I'm really like dialed in into what I'm doing. So when I do it, it's just like I've done this before, like you talked about earlier. Like it's just coming in naturally now.
Before joining my program, like how was baseball for you?
Baseball is just like a game that I just showed up to and played, but obviously it was more than that. But like now after joining it, I see it like more as a thing where I have to develop and just work on and love. I just have to like yeah, I just have to love. Notice that like loving it has made it more into something I want to do instead of just showing up. I want to do it.
So like it sounds like to me on the mental side, you kind of
Yeah.
had a little bit better understanding. Like talk to me, before joining in, just talking about like your mental side of things, like what how
Uh,
did you look at baseball?
I looked at it just as a game. I didn't really, before joining, I didn't really, on the mental side, I didn't really see it as deep as now before joining.
As far as like on-field performance goes, like what was your performance like? What were your stats before joining into the program?
Before joining, I was pretty low down there. I was probably batting like seven. I think my on base percentage was average, but my batting was below average.
You enjoyed the sprinting program, the arm care, preventative exercises, the mobility stuff, especially. Were you on any type of like structured developmental program
Uh,
before joining the
I
program?
I had private lessons for batting, but other than that, no.
Was that like super structured outside of that like 1 or 2 hours a
Uh,
week?
no, not there's nothing really. No,
Before joining in, like what were some areas that you knew for a fact that you needed improvement on?
I feel like I needed more improvement on my batting and power. Batting and power, there's the
Before joining into my program, like what were some of your biggest concerns?
college outreach.
So like I guess you didn't know
I
how to
had
do
no
the
idea.
outreach? Gotcha, gotcha. And then like as far as my program goes, like what were you worried about? Were you worried that there was going to be like nothing on the inside? Like talk to me what you were worried about.
I was worried I wasn't really gonna be able to do most of like I don't know, say the stretches because I didn't have enough space. But once I really looked at it, it was pretty simple. I didn't really need much stuff.
And do you think like it takes like a lot of time out of your day to learn the stuff and also implement it?
No, it's just really a watch, really see it, and then you do it, and then you kind of just remember, and then you're good.
What actually made you guys take the next step to join into my program?
It was probably the call.
The call? So what
Yeah.
specifically on the call like gave you comfort in my program?
Yeah, it gave um when you were talking about it and explaining what everything was including, I think that comfort made comfort to us to make the next step.
And then like everything that we did talk about on that initial call, like have you felt like it's pretty accurate as far as what we discussed?
Pretty accurate.
So like what's baseball like for you now? Like as far as your mental approach to the game, like where do you feel like you are?
I feel like I'm developing for sure.
How has it really developed into understanding the level of preparation that you need to become a better baseball player? Like did you have that understanding before?
No,
What stats do you think like you've improved the most inside my academy?
I feel like accuracy and I feel like accuracy mostly, yeah.
Started falling in love with like the preventative exercises and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Would you say that your overall structure on how you approach the work has improved?
absolutely, yeah. Because I feel like now I'm really like dialed in into what I'm doing. So when I do it, it's just like I've done this before, like you talked about earlier. Like it's just coming in naturally now.